Let's go on an adventure to the world of chemistry. The things that make up everything, including you and me. There's millions upon billions upon trillions of tiny spheres, called atoms which bond to make molecules and compounds in our ears. There's solids, there's liquids, and there's gases, each with different volumes, boiling points, and masses. You can tell the state of matter from afar, far and fast. The particles are moving, now let's focus on the last.
Oh, gases, they take the shape of bottles and glasses, or anything through which it passes. When they're heated, they expand. When they're cool, they shrink on the other hand. When they're compressed, they stay in a smaller place. But when the pressure is less and they take up more space, they get more when the pressure's increased, and they start getting freezy when that force is then released. The more volume they take up, that is common sense. Now it's that mixed gases exert a total pressure that is the same as if we measure the pressures of each gas if each one were low, and add them together. That's not insoluble, just true. Last is Graham's law of diffusion. It's how fast the gas spreads, so there's no confusion. The heavier the gas, the spreading rate is slow. The rate increases as the square root of the mass decreases.
Stoichiometry. How much substance from this reaction makes this quantity? Stoichiometry is symmetry. Reactants react and transform into products, you see. As we've observed, mass is conserved. The molecules change, but the number of atoms do not. In a chemical equation, each molecule has a relation. The numbers to their left show their proportions in this plot. A mole is 602 sextillion particles.
What is that number?
6.02 times 10 raised to 23.
10 times 10, 23 times
All of water is 602 sextillion molecules.
602 trillion in Europe.
Why is this important? In a minute you'll see.
It's for stoichiometry.
2 moles of this substance for every 3 moles of that.
It's a mole ratio.
The amounts of each substance have to be just right. A limiting reactant will meet when the ingredients aren't complete, and the product will be less, but that is alright.
Biomolecules are found in humans, beetles, trees, and mules, and pretty much everything that lives and grows. They do many things that we require, like storing energy so we won't tire, and forming our flesh bones and other cells so we can pose. Oxygen and nitrogen, carbon, phosphorus, and hydrogen,
The main ingredient which in this thing usually found.
biomolecules are formed with these little tricks. Single units joined together like Lego bricks, called monomers,
Each make polymers,
which can be thousands of link chains round and round. Carbohydrates are starches and sugar is sweet. They form when one or more monosaccharides meet. They're for short-term energy storage and form plant cells. They end in O's, like glucose and fructose, if there rings any bells. There are 2 kinds of nucleic acids, DNA and RNA, which look like telephone cords with teeth inside. By the way, these teeth called nitrogenous bases are what make you you, and what traits you've got from your parents: hair color, eye color, skin, dimples, and much more too. Proteins, there's so many kinds and many things that they can do. A diverse army of shapes found everywhere in Some can signal hormones when you're tired or hot, or when blood sugar's high. Others speed up digestion and wound healing too.
Oils, waxes, greases, and fats all fall under lipids. These can be in solid form or as viscous liquids. They have strings of fatty acids attached to glycerol. Therefore, long-term energy, and they like water all.
That's them, the four main groups. We hope you learned something today about biomolecules and the roles they play.
We got 6 different types of chem reactions to name a few. We got decomposition, combination, and combustion, and we have through. When 2 or more compounds combine to become one, that's called a combination reaction. Decomposition is the opposite, complicated ones decide to break up into single ones. When 2 solutions of soluble salts get mixed together, they form precipitate together. It's called precipitation reaction.
Now if you add acid and a base, you basically get salt and water. It's called the neutralization reaction. Combustion reactions give off some heat like combustion soup. It has oxygen plus a compound to form CO2. Now for the last 2 magistrates, we've got the reaction called displacement. It was A and B plus C, now it's A and C plus B. Through the 6 different types of chem reactions: oxidation, reduction. Put them together, what do you get?
Redox reaction, type of chemical reaction, instigating or dilution of a little small electron. It's vital and common to a lot of functions like photosynthesis, respiration, and combustion. Now what do we need to learn but oxidation states? It corresponds to the number of electrons on your plate. We got 7 node joules to know the state of an atom. Listen closely as I enumerate them.
The oxidation state of one atom is 0. Kinda ironic, but that's just the way that we go.
2.
The total OS of one atom is 0, but only in a neutral species.
You get me, bro?
But if it's in an ion, then ion, no, just kidding. It's equal to the ion charge.
It is that large tree.
Group 1 has positive 1, group 2's got positive 2. Listen closely, hun, cause we're almost through.
4.
TOS in fluorines negative 1 and compound.
5.
TOS in hydrogens positive 1 and compound.
6.
TOS in oxygens negative 2 and compounds. Hold on tightly, hon, we've got 1 people left around.
7.
But minor metal compounds and EOS they have around. Group 17 OS is negative 1. Group 16's got 1 of negative 2. That leaves us with 1 less part of the group. Group 15's OS is negative 3. You're free, we're through. That's So now you know the basics of redox reactions. Hope you had fun in the Museum of Chemistry attractions.
Oxidation, reduction, put them together. Redox reaction, oxidation, reduction, put them together.